welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Meg. I do put up videos a couple times a week, so if you would like to know when my new content comes out, hit the subscribe button and it will show up in your news feed. But if you would like to know when my videos are live, you can hit the bell button and you will be notified. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a bit different. This is a tag that was made up by an IPSYOS, which is Ipsy Open Studios member, Julia. She created this tag just because there's so many of us that are part of Ipsy Open Studios, and it's just a really good way for us to get to know each other as members. But in turn, it's also beneficial for you guys that are just regularly watching this on YouTube, because you also get to know us a little bit better as well. If you're curious about her video or checking out anyone else that has made the video, there is a playlist down below with a bunch of other lovely people from Ipsy. I hope you guys take a chance to check out their videos and check out their channels, because everyone that I know that has done this tag has just been super hardworking. They're definitely passionate about what they do, and I'm just really happy to be in a group and just be around all these inspiring members. So I have the questions in front of me. There are 20. Sit down, pause the video, grab a drink, grab a snack. It's probably gonna be a long one. So the first question is, how old are you? I am currently 27. However, in a week, I am going to be 28, and I'm not ready for it. My birthday is on March 25th, and I feel like I need to be 27 a little bit longer. I'm still trying to hold on. Where are you from? So I am from a very small town outside of Cleveland, Ohio. It's like a little country farm town. It's called Grafton, Ohio. Literally so tiny, like there's about 6,000 people that live in that city, and it's such a huge difference from where I'm at now. I'm in a suburb outside of Phoenix, Arizona, where there's an estimated population of 250,000 people, so quite the difference. Number 3, do you have a nickname that people call you? Pretty much just Meg at this stage in my life. When I was younger, like in high school and my early years in college, there's definitely more nicknames, but as I've matured, it's just pretty much Meg. Although on some occasions, one of my best friends does kind of refer to me as Megatron and Megalus, which I do have to say, pretty badass nicknames. Number 4 is, what is your favorite season? My favorite season is autumn, and that is back where it is actually seasonally different. In Ohio, you can experience all 4 seasons in 1 week, but autumn was definitely breathtakingly gorgeous there. I absolutely love the crispness in the air, along with the changing of the leaves. Here in Arizona, it's basically really, really hot, still pretty hot, kind of hot, almost chilly, hot, and then really, really hot. That's about all we get as far as variation goes. While I do love the warmer weather, I definitely miss autumn back home for sure. Number 5, who is your celebrity / YouTube crush? That's a loaded question. For celebrity crushes, I would have to say, of course, there's Zac Efron, there's Jake Gyllenhaal, Orlando Bloom, Chris Pratt. I mean, honestly, I could just go on and on. And then as far as YouTube goes, definitely when I first started watching way back in the day, one of my YouTube crushes was definitely Shane Dawson. I just love his videos. I think he's super hilarious, and that definitely adds to his attractiveness. And I also just thought he was really cute in general. And then also Manny MUA is pretty fine. Number 6 is, what do you do for work? I am going to be very general and say that I work in law enforcement. I'm not going to get into specifics here, but yeah, I definitely have a career in law enforcement. It definitely keeps me busy, definitely keeps me stressed out, definitely keeps things interesting. It does pay the bills. However, I do absolutely love YouTube, and I love doing things beauty related on the side. Number 7 is, do you have any pets? This is Mr. Bina. He is my fiance's kitty, part of the family. He definitely hates me and is gonna step on my throat tonight because he hates getting picked up. He's not really a social cat. He definitely likes being behind the scenes. And yes, Bina is a girl name, and yes, it is a boy. So when Joe first got Bean, he thought it was a girl, hence Bina, but then when they went to go take her to get spayed, they discovered it was really a him and that he needed to get neutered, and the name just stuck. And then, of course, you guys see in a lot of my videos, Miss Luna. Hi, baby. I love you. You're a good girl. She is our little baby. She just turned a year old. I do have a video about her I will link below, and I'm also one of those dog moms that has an Instagram for their dog, so if you'd like to see some crazy husky pictures, I will have that linked below, and if you just wanted to search, she is Luna the Great Siberian on Instagram. Number 8, what is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is bad drivers, and I know that they're everywhere, but I think just like going from such a small town of literally 6,000 people to a town of 250,000 people, it really brought out my displeasure of driving. I drive quite a far distance for work, and I can't really go a day without getting into almost one accident on my way to work or on my way home from work. I can't stand that people don't use their blinkers, people don't check before they change lanes, and everyone out here is on their damn phone. Like, that by far is so dangerous and like mind-blowing to me that people even risk texting and driving, or looking at Twitter or looking at Facebook, checking whatever, Snapchatting while they're driving. It just blows my mind, because all these almost accidents I've been in, someone's always been on their phone. It's rare if you actually look over next to you and you see someone staring at the road. You always see this. People looking down at their damn phones. Put the phones down, it can wait, and use those nifty things called blinkers, and we'll be good. Number 9, what is the most you've spent in one makeup shopping trip? $250 to $270. For me, that's a lot. I know that it may not be a lot, especially if you're shopping higher end products, but I really think I came close to spending $300 at Ulta once a couple years ago, which is just absolutely insane. By the way, like, what have you guys, what's the most you spent on a makeup trip? Let me know in the comments below, I'd love to know. Number 11 is, when did you first start wearing makeup? Well, if you would like to call it wearing makeup, it's more like sneaking makeup. Back in middle school, my mom wanted to preserve my like innocence as long as possible. She was so against me wearing makeup. She even really felt comfortable with me wearing it until like I was about a sophomore in high school, I would say. In middle school is when I started getting interested in makeup, that's for sure. A lot of my friends started wearing it, but I was like forbidden to wear it. So my sneaky little ass thought I was being so clever. My mom would always take me to the grocery store. I hated it. I still hate grocery shopping. Another pet peeve, when people walk like zombies in stores, like, I can't deal with it. So I would always go to the magazine rack and just normally read while she went grocery shopping. But when I started getting into makeup, I would sneak away to the makeup aisle, and I thought I was being so clever and sneaky. I would purchase, it was like 99 cents for the Wet n Wild like eye kohl. I would get a white eyeliner because I'm like, what would be like the most discreet? Because like I'm testing my limits. What is the most discreet that I can get away with it without it being super noticeable? So I purchased a white eyeliner for like $1 and hid it in my bathroom because my mom like was obsessed with cleaning, so I really had to hide it really well. She didn't seem to notice, so some time passed. I started to get a little bit more bold, and I decided to purchase brown mascara because black would be too noticeable, but if I wore brown, then like it would still look natural. So I remember I purchased the green and pink Maybelline mascara tube in brown, and I felt like I was being, I probably wasn't. It was probably so obvious I was wearing it. My mom just like wasn't saying anything. But I remember one night I was upset and crying, and I had mascara running down my face, so my mom was like, I was like trying to hide it with my blanket because I saw it coming off, and I was like, oh shit. My mom was just like, what's that? What's that on your eye? And she was not happy with me. So that's when I first started like getting into makeup and wearing makeup. Even in high school, I basically just kept to eyeliner and mascara and really only wore eyeshadows if it was like a dance. And then I really actually truly got into makeup the early beginning part of college, back when I was, say, 19. Such a long, unnecessary response to that question probably, but that's what you get with this channel. I blab a lot. So the next question is, what do you love, hate about makeup? That is a loaded question. I could probably make an entire video on it, but I will just say that I absolutely love makeup because for me it's an escape. I love just sitting down and just creating when I'm feeling stressed out or anxious. It just really helps to relax me because I see makeup as actual art. I think every time you don't have makeup on, your face is a blank canvas, and I just love creating with it. It's a way of self-expression. It's a way to create art, and I just mainly love it for that aspect. And what I hate about makeup is taking it off. It is just such a pain in the butt to wash my face. I'm so lazy, but I don't want to break out, so I wash my face anyways. Number 13 is, other than beauty, what else are you passionately into, and what are your secret talents? This kind of ties in with the last answer, and it's definitely art. I love sketching, I love drawing, I love painting. Abstract painting is my favorite. Also, abstract makeup is my favorite. So I just really love all of those aspects. I also used to play guitar and be pretty decent at it, if I do say so myself, but I got busy and I haven't had as much time for it. So for now, just mostly art and just creating a different means. 14 is, if you are upset and or unmotivated, how do you make yourself feel better? Well, it depends. If I'm upset, I honestly just sleep. I'm definitely a big believer in just sleeping it off and like just using the next day as like a fresh start. So I definitely do that. Sometimes it involves some Ben & Jerry's and sometimes it involves some bad reality television, but that's normally what I do. As I said before, I love just sitting down and just creating, not really knowing what I'm doing. It just helps get my mind off things, calms me down. Another thing that I like doing is tying into the art thing is just color books. As cheesy as it sounds, some people it doesn't work for them, but for me it really does. Because when you're creating a makeup look or you're sketching or you're painting, if something isn't going to turn out the way you want, you're upset, it's just going to make you more upset. So for me, coloring, like, it's minimal fuck ups that you can do in that. So for me, it's just really a way for me to relax, get my mind off things, and it still allows me to be creative with, I guess, putting minimal effort in. If I'm feeling unmotivated, I tend to just go towards what I'm feeling unmotivated in. If it's makeup, I will sit down and watch makeup tutorials. I will scroll through Instagram, look for inspiration. If it's fitness stuff that I'm feeling unmotivated about, I will go and search fitness Instagrams and check that out, and it just normally, you know, it kind of spikes me back into being motivated about it. 15 is, if you had a week to travel anywhere, all expenses paid, where would you go? I would go to France, like, hands down. If it's all expenses paid, I would travel around the whole country. I've been fortunate enough to be to Paris before and some surrounding areas, and I loved it. It's my favorite trip that I've ever been on. I would love to go back. I went when I was 18, my senior year in high school, and I appreciated it then, but now being even 10 years older, I just know I would appreciate it so much more. And I would just love to go and re-explore old areas I've seen, new areas. I just honestly, I love France. I was talking about this with Joe last night because we saw Beauty and the Beast. Amazing, definitely see it. And I felt like they were spot on with their design and everything. And I just really love the culture there. I love the architecture. I just love the feel of old time Paris. And I would also love to explore the south of France as well. 16 is, why and when did you start YouTube? So for why, I would say, I know this sounds like stupid because I hate talking about myself in this type of way, but when I really did start getting into like hair and makeup when I was like around 19, 20, I was working in a retail store at the time, and I would have my coworkers and customers come up to me and just like really compliment me on my makeup or my hair, ask me how I did it. I love sharing tips with them and tricks with them, just different products. I just really enjoy talking about it a lot to other people, and they seem to like talking to me about it. And at the time, I was a pretty avid YouTube watcher, and I figured if these other girls can do it, why not me? So a couple of years ago, I have an old channel that I don't use anymore, but I did start out on there, and it just kind of grew from there. I decided to start this new channel because back in the day you weren't able to change your username, and it made no sense to what I was doing. So I just kind of started from scratch here with a name that made sense. So yeah, that covered why and when I started YouTube. I started this channel, I want to say about 2 years ago. I just do it whenever I have time for it, and back then I was in college, so whenever I had time in between classes, in between semesters, I would upload, and the same for now. Whenever I have time to sit down and film and edit and upload, I still love doing it just as much then as I do now, if not more so now. 17 is, what advice would you give to someone starting a channel? My advice, I mean, honestly, like that's a whole video topic, but just do it, go for it. I see so many people, especially like in the Ipsy group that I'm a part of, people are saying that they're nervous to start their channel. They feel like they don't have the right lighting. They're worried about getting a camera. They don't have money for lighting. They don't have money for a camera. You don't need any of that stuff. Like honestly, for the longest time, I shot and filmed like 90% of my videos on a camera power shot. Like literally a digital camera that one would normally use to take pictures. I shot and recorded so many videos on that. It worked just fine, and up until about 3 months ago, I used natural lighting, and I felt like my video quality didn't look absolutely terrible. As long as people can see what you're doing and it's not super pixelated, none of that stuff really matters. What matters is the content that you're putting out and your personality. It's not so much about the quality, it's more about the quantity. So if you're doing videos that, you know, look at your favorite YouTubers, what are your favorite videos of them to watch? Maybe start there and do videos similar to that. Look at videos that are popular. Start off doing something simple like a tag video, and just go for it. Just do it. Just upload it. It's gonna be real shitty in the beginning because no one's gonna have the perfect first video. A lot of people seem to wait around for that. It's not gonna happen. Your first like 3 to 5 videos are probably going to be awkward, uncomfortable, cringy after you do it for a while and you look back, and that's totally fine and totally normal. Just bite the bullet, sit down and go for it. Practice makes perfect. The more you sit in front of your camera, the more comfortable you'll be talking in front of it. So I just honestly encourage anyone that wants to start this to just do it, because it's led to so much fun, and I just have been more creative than what I would have been if I didn't start a channel. I learned so much about photography, I've learned so much about editing, and I just really do feel passionate about photography editing and video editing. I think it's fun, and I think it's just as fun as sitting down and filming videos. And I never would have learned any of this or had any idea about any of this stuff if I didn't start a YouTube channel. 18, what are you trying to achieve with your channel? I feel like I kind of answered that before. Basically, if I could just teach someone something that they didn't know before, like that's just my whole like goal for this, is to just teach someone something new, just to share information that I have that might be useful to someone else. I mean, that's honestly the whole point of this channel. 19 is, what inspires you the most? So as far as who, I really look up to big YouTubers I looked up to back in the day that I am still just absolutely amazed by. IPSYOS, like follow them, Sam and Nick, they're brilliant. Candy Johnson, like her transformation videos are absolutely amazing. I loved her costume videos back in the day. When Nikki Tutorials first started, I was really inspired by her a lot. And then definitely Sparkage here on YouTube. She's amazing. I love all of her colorful looks that she did. She used to do a ton of them back in the day, and she was just always so inspiring to me. Like I feel like I would always go to her for inspiration with my makeup, and I still love her channel and her videos to this day. And then what inspires you? Anything inspires me. I would say art mostly inspires me, just different color palettes. I mean, looking up the sky can inspire you. I just love, again, different artwork, just looking at what other people's art is on Instagram, other people's makeup looks, just getting inspired from that, just looking at different colors, different makeup inspires me. So I draw inspiration from a lot of places. And then last but not least, question 20 is, what advice would you give your younger self? I would tell my younger self to just be more confident. I was just always second guessing myself, not really sure or positive about anything, and definitely just more confidence. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is it. That wraps it up for this tag. Whew, that was a long video. I haven't edited it yet, but I know it's a long one. So props to you if you made it to the end. And if you guys could just leave me a comment down below with what your favorite beauty videos are to watch, I would love to hear from you. And then for my other IPSYOS members, I look forward to your responses, getting to know you guys better as well. So again, the playlist with the other videos will be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.